Supporters of Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton rallied outside the White House last night as the votes were counted. The result puts Republicans in control of the presidency, the Senate, and the House, too. Margaret Brennan is at the White House to look at what Donald Trump might do with a Republican Congress. Margaret, good morning to you.
Well, good morning. Donald Trump has promised to have a very busy first day in office and easily undo most of President Obama's accomplishments. But he has yet to articulate the details of many of his own policies. And now he'll try to convince the rest of the Republican Party to fall in line with his vision.
I look very much forward to being your president.
Donald Trump promised his administration would bring on what he called national growth and renewal.
We're going to rebuild our infrastructure, which will become, by the way, second to none.
Last month from Gettysburg,
it's a contract.
Trump mapped out his first 100 days, hitting on trade and a tougher stance on immigration, an issue that catapulted his campaign.
When they get deported, they stay out. Otherwise, they have very serious prison terms.
Armed with GOP minorities in the House and the Senate, Trump won't face much of a fight over a conservative agenda.
Donald Trump did not lay out a lot of specific policy agendas in this campaign. So, that's a blank slate here. What are his true priorities?
But New York Times reporter and CBS News contributor Mark Leibovich says Republicans who expect Trump to act like one could be in for a letdown.
He did not run as the friend of any establishment. And there's, in a way, much more uncertainty with Donald Trump than there would be with Hillary Clinton.
During the campaign, Trump made a number of guarantees to his supporters.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
He promised to build a wall along the U.S.-Mexico border.
I will build a great, great wall.
And pledged to repeal Obamacare.
All of my employees are having a tremendous problem with Obamacare.
Despite what seems like a blank check for the GOP, Leibovich says some Republicans on Capitol Hill may be holding their breath.
Trump has been a wild card as a candidate. It's not a conservative ideology necessarily. It's very much a new creation around whatever Trumpism is. And I think he's going to be fleshing that out on the fly, which I think has to be very concerning to a lot of people who expect a new Republican president.
Now, the Trump team has completed their initial work selecting cabinet appointees. White House and intelligence officials say as soon as they get those names, they're prepared to begin daily briefings so the Trump team can hit the ground running January 20th. Nora?
All right, Margaret, thank you so much.
Who hasn't pivoted, who has resisted doing things by the book, will he in some way pivot to being the president? Will he act presidential?
Now, the Trump team has completed their initial work selecting cabinet appointees. White House and intelligence officials say as soon as they get those names, they're prepared to begin daily briefings so the Trump team can hit the ground running January 20th. Nora?
All right, Margaret, thank you so much.